Hello, this is Daniel David Ellis, Dean to the Memo to the Dean presentation, July 3rd, 2022, for Dean Michael Balsamo, Business Communications 2060. The introduction. The business communication courses, do we need more? That is the purpose of this exercise, is to evaluate if more courses are necessary. The subject is my memo written to Dean Balsamo on June 26, 2020. What this presentation will cover is my personal experiences to decide whether we need more courses, the multicultural society that we live in here in the United States, and the multinational businesses that will determine should more business communication courses be offered at Macomb Community College. And then we'll provide the answer. Thank you. First, I'm going to start with just a recap of the memo I wrote to Dean Michael Balsamo on June 26, 2022. The Dean requested feedback from current students and alumni about whether certain business communication courses should be added. So this was the memo that I wrote on June 26, and I was in concurrence that more courses should be needed. And I covered the main points because students will need multicultural business communications in the ever increasing society that we live in, multicultural society we live in today. And moreover, in the increasing global environment, we're participating in the business community. So that I will use some secondary research in this report to back that up. But my primary research comes from me. And because I have over 30 years of business experience, several Fortune 500 firms, a couple of startups in Silicon Valley that went public, and 15 years living and working in Asia. So let's go through those scopes. So let's start with scope one. Why I think we need to have more business communication courses offered at Macomb Community College, Dean Balsamo. Well, the primary research is going to come from myself. As I just mentioned, I was a founding member of two Silicon Valley startup companies in the late 1980s. One of them was acquired by Hewlett Packard, public company, and the other one acquired by IBM. So I was fortunate in that regards to be on the front edge of the IT boom, the original IT boom in the 1980s. I have 30 years of multinational management experience with Fortune 500 firms, as I mentioned, with IBM, Unisys, and 15 of those years I spent living and working overseas in Asia. 15 years in Hong Kong, China, and 2 in Singapore. Those are some articles you can see from Unisys and various organizations that I live with. From my experience here, I believe an increase in the offerings at Macomb Community College for business communications will bring more benefit to the students as they participate in the global environment. That's my personal anecdotal experience, sir. Okay, my secondary research really came in the multicultural society. And this quote here is from a Forbes 2020 article on October 22nd called The Minority Majority. And here I'll just read from you from the quote. 2020 is the year when the majority of all Americans under 17 years old will be from a minority background, a process that will culminate with the so-called minority majority by the mid-2040s. This demographic changes will bring about a significant transformation in corporate America. Now, what this means, Dean, is that the kids that you're recruiting now to attend Macomb Community College, they'll benefit by the mid 2040s through their multicultural experiences by offering more business communication courses that expand their scope in that type of environment. Further support in the secondary research came from Time Magazine, October 10, 2019. Here was an actual survey done of the S&P 500s that found 234 of the companies, or 63%, of diversity professionals have been appointed or promoted to their jobs just in the past 3 years. So you can see that boom coming on right now. And as I develop with that chart, how the different minorities are participating in this multinational society at home and abroad. So let's discuss abroad. On the abroad side, this chart here comes to U.S. Bureau of Economic Analysis, the BEA, where we get our unemployment statistics and government data. And as you can see here on the top line, the parent share of worldwide U.S. multinational environments employment, it now accounts for 66.7% of worldwide employment. And then you can see here where the U.S. worldwide employment of U.S. multinational enterprises it now increased to 43.9 million in 2019. Parent companies have increased to 29.3 million. All in all, employment abroad of majority-owned firms affiliated accounts for 33% of employment of U.S. multinational enterprises. So what that means, Dean, is the more business communications that we're start to offer now will help benefit the college by bringing more expertise and preparing the students for a successful future as they engage in a multinational business environment. So in conclusion, do we need more business communication courses? Yes, we do. You bet ya. And I chose this chart from the Marketing 91 as I sourced it on the other charts because it's very cute with the different ways of saying hello. Dean, if you offer more communication courses for your students, please accept my apologies for the stutter. It will be a mutually beneficial result, both for the college and for the students. Thank you very much for your time.